What's happening, COS?
What is up, everybody?
We up in here.
Hopefully you guys are all enjoying, what's today? Small Business Saturday.
Today's Small Business Saturday.
We got all kinds of crazy holidays now that come around. We got like Thanksgiving, then we got Black Friday, then we got Small Business Saturday. Then we got like something Sunday. Then we got
it's like somewhere to spend money day.
Exactly.
Right.
Then like Madness Monday.
Right.
Giving Tuesday, it's Cyber Monday, right?
Now I don't know. I didn't even know all that existed.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Cyber Monday. I know about
exactly.
Cyber Monday.
It's like more and more capitalist holidays.
Right.
Here's another day you could spend money.
Right.
Another day and another way you could spend money.
Right, and you could get the sale. You could get the sale. Look, we're gonna talk about these sales too.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, definitely. Well, we'll get to it.
Yeah, man. So anyway, look, this past couple of days has been great, man. Been able to just relax.
Yeah, I even made some pies.
I heard you made some pies.
And I forgot to bring you. I know.
Man,
I was driving on the way over here, and I was like, I forgot Sean's pie. Texting him at the stoplight. Sean, I forgot your pie.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, man, it's all right, man. I didn't bring the whipped cream for it. And the center's, Chinook Center is going to be temporary shut down for a while until COVID clears out. So, yeah, man, we really don't have anywhere to eat pie and donuts and eat like cops, man.
I know, that was the best place to eat pie in town too.
It was too, man. It is. We just, seriously, man. I've been really impressed with the overallness of protecting ourselves from COVID and trying to do our part to kill this thing, man. Kind of leads us into our dunce of the week. The dunce of the week.
We should actually come up with a little bit like that.
Yeah, man, we need one of them. But yeah, so my circle. I talked about my social media kind of being an echo chamber, right?
Yeah.
We don't disagree on much, and they don't say things that I disagree with very often.
People are just afraid to disagree with you.
Nah, that's not true. Let me talk about some abortion on there. Ooh, you'll see different. But yeah, man. They so anyway, a lot of people have been, observing these new restrictions and got kind of disciplining themselves and changing it up a little bit as much as they can, man. There's been a lot of folks that can't. You know what I mean? And they got to go to work and they got to do these things. And, I'm really not sure. I don't have any proof of this, but I know, I just know capitalists, right? And I know that when some of these employees are catching COVID, they're going home and not getting paid for it. And then the company is receiving the insurance money from the government and not giving it back to the worker.
No,
exactly.
They wouldn't.
That's exactly what's happening, man. Can you believe this?
I cannot believe that a business owner who's in the business of making money would do something like that.
Doesn't give up the money. There's corruption in America, man. There's corruption.
Crazy.
I mean,
That's
all
crazy,
the way down to the grassroots level. It seriously is. I mean, look, the mom and pops, the wild goose. You know what I'm saying? There's corruption all the way down to the grassroots in our country, man. And it's
even in the small businesses. Even if you're going out to support Small Business Saturday, which fine, you should actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's a lot of small businesses in Colorado Springs that I like to support, but not all of them are good.
Nah, man.
Just because you're small doesn't mean you're good.
Exactly, and or that you. I struggle with this a little bit because you don't know what you don't know, right? So
totally.
Once you get up there and you're like, hey, I want to employ people, I want to, help folks make a good living or whatever, and I'm going to do it through business. Cool, that's great. And then, you get there and because, I ran a restaurant for almost a year, and I recognized immediately the responsibility, and I want to call it pressure. It felt like pressure just because I didn't know if I was going to make this money continuously, to be able to keep up. So I guess that was kind of pressure, but the immediate responsibility that I had to make sure that I was paying these people correctly and doing all of the things that I possibly could do, to include not pay myself, you know what I'm saying? And, obviously most folks that go into business aren't thinking about not paying themselves for
they're like, I want to get rich.
Right, man. So even if their business model is jacked up, their taxes are messed up or whatever it is, they won't take that responsibility and say, oh, that's where I messed up. And pass the the good stuff on to the employees. So anyway, with that being said, Black Friday was yesterday, man. What'd you see?
Man, so I've been a critic of Black Friday for a long time. Like it's such a silly holiday. Like I remember as a kid, like we'd go shopping sometimes after Thanksgiving on Friday or whatever. If I was like over at my grandma's house or something. Yeah. And I didn't realize it was like a thing. I was just like, oh, we're all in town. There's nothing to do. Let's like go to the mall or whatever. If you guys remember malls.
I remember malls, man.
And then I don't even remember when this happened. It started to become like a shopping holiday where it's like, oh, this day is all about shopping. Yeah. And like when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was all into the buy nothing day. Oh, okay. Where it was like a counter to Black Friday, where it was like, look, let's actually just like spend our day, like be nice to one another. Right. But I mean, we all know that Black Friday it became this crazy thing where people are like getting in, fights for like 5% savings at Walmart or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like ridiculous not stuff, even good man. Savings.
It's not good savings. And then the thing when you think about it, like if they could give away a 60-inch TV for $400, $300 or something for one day, then that probably means every other day they could cut off the other $1,000 too. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, they don't need to make that much money off of that TV, but they are. Yeah, exactly. Then it becomes a status symbol for us, right? Like,
yeah, totally.
That TV. Exactly, man. It's crazy. It's a cliche. It's really not. It's the truth. But people talk about this when you go drive, past a millionaire's neighborhood or whatever, and you look in the driveways, you see Volvos and little junkers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not putting their money into their whip at all. You know what I'm saying? So the mind state is completely different, and it rings true all the way through our lives. You know what I mean? Like the way that we think is to make these people money, and it's trained that way, and it feels good when we do it too. Isn't that crazy? Right, yeah, it's just nuts,
totally. Man. Yeah, totally. Yeah, completely. Like, let's get out and go buy stuff. Which is just like a crazy thing. But so yesterday, the COVID code red restrictions went in place yesterday. Right. At 5. For some reason, they're like 5 o'clock is when people will get sick, not 4.
Not 3
not 3, not 2.
10 in the morning when they wake up and want to go shopping.
Exactly.
Oh, shopping. That's what it was. Yeah. They didn't want people to not be able to go shopping.
Exactly. So like yesterday, I went to get a piece for our iPad. I was like, I need an adapter because I don't know anything about Apple. So I'm like, what? How do these work?
Exactly. This is crazy that you. Man, anyway.
So I had to drive. I'm like, I'll just go to Best Buy because Best Buy has destroyed all of its competition. Right. That's pretty much all that's left for electronics now. There's no more Radio Shack. Sean and I were just bemoaning the loss of Radio Shack.
Right. Yeah. I was like, what's up with that? Like, where did it go? Yeah. And how? That was the most functional store. Maybe not the most functional store. I mean, I guess maybe a grocery store, but like, right. I mean, just for like stuff that you needed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and like I feel like nerds worked in it too. Like people who knew about those things are like, oh, you need this? Well, let me show you. Like there were people who built ham radios or whatever just for kicks.
Just for kicks, yeah. Just like you would go and do. Yeah, exactly, man. You could go and have a project and. Yeah, anyway, where do you go for that stuff now?
Yeah, now you got to go to Best Buy. So I went to Best Buy. I drove all the way out to Best Buy, out on Powers, and I roll up and I look out my window. There's just a line of people out the door, and I was like, no way, I'm not going in there. Craziness. Turn right back around.
Yeah, craziness. All right. It's nuts, man. But what I saw on TV was at Best Buy. That was the big line that I saw. Also, they're still in line at In-N-Out, bro.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Oh my God, it's not In-N-Out apparently. It's like wait long. I don't know. That's a really bad name for a restaurant.
Wait long. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely not In-N-Out yet.
This is why I'm not in marketing.
Everybody in the city got to get a burger first, then it can be In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I want to go get one, but I'm not. I just can't do that, bro. I'm not gonna go into so I can wait in line. Like I ride around with my tags overdue because I don't want to wait in line. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, everybody complains about waiting in line at the DMV.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to wait for a hamburger, bro. You got me, man. I don't. Anyway,
if anybody from the DMV is listening, sell hamburgers. If you sold hamburgers at the DMV,
It would be cool.
You could get a DMV BLT.
Right. Yeah, they could put a little burger stand in there, like a In-N-Out could put a little satellite stand.
Outside the DMV. That is a great. If anybody's listening, you could do that, and just give us credit. That's all we ask.
Yeah,
for.
or like a burger every month.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday
after the show. Yeah, that'd
give
be
us
cool.
a burger after you start your little cart at the DMV.
Right. Yeah, man. Anyway, I don't want to be running any damn cops, man. Speaking of cops, dude.
Whew, other dunce of the week.
Dunce of the week. Oh, so the first dunce was all those people passing COVID, man. Don't make no sense to buy stuff.
Going out to buy their whatever.
I'm sorry, man. I know I got friends, I got family that partook, and I just look at them like, like they stink. I had to, like.
You couldn't even be around them.
Yeah, like, get away from me.
Just go take a shower first.
Right. Quarantine yourself. But anyway, so the Manitou cop, man. What's up with what police, bro? Like, I don't understand. Like, they want to be normal people, and they want to, like.
Good luck with that.
You know what I'm saying? And like, just I want to do this, but then they also want to be slave catchers, the two.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
who do you think you are, man? So of course you're going to be scrutinized by the people because you're an enemy of the people, just inherently by your work. Exactly. And he posted a naked picture of his girlfriend on his social media.
Manitou cop, what was his name?
Jacob Carley.
Jacob Carley.
In Manitou.
Manitou. Man, I like that Sam's never going to forget this either. The Manitou cops shot a kid in the face like back in 99 or something like this. And Sam has always been like, Manitou cops, man, they'll shoot you in the face.
Right.
But I was like, that's probably the only time Manitou cops have ever shot anybody in the history. But she'll never forget, which is good.
That's good, yeah. That's it. And that's it for you. That's why I listen to every word she said. Don't forget what they did to him. And you know, so just to say, like, that culture is there too. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So this guy, I don't know how long he was a cop there, but it doesn't matter. The culture is there, man. It doesn't matter that it's like the small part of the city. You know what I mean? I wonder what I never talked to anybody that lives in Manitou about
the cops.
Their cops specifically.
Everybody like talks about it as this like, you know, like, what do they call it? The like hippie, you know, something.
If you're on our live feed, man, you guys should talk to us about this, man. We got to pull it up. Do you guys got any experience with the Manitou police?
Yeah, what's the deal with the Manitou?
Besides
cops?
The time that
yeah, so this guy, like, he
shot him in the face.
41 years old. He posts pictures of his ex on his Instagram nude. And he's like, well, I thought I had permission to do that. And it's like, why would you think you have permission from your ex to post, like, BS?
I mean,
I am calling BS on you, Jacob Carley.
Yeah, and they arrested him, though. And so did his boss, too. So imagine that. Like, cops arrested a cop.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they got to because, it's probably a white girl. And we know if it was anything else, it would probably be a little different story. You know what I'm saying? Or different, I don't know. Who the hell knows what would happen to this guy, man. I'm glad because, you never know what will happen until you get there.
Exactly. But this is his attitude, too. And this is just like what cops, how they view the world. Because they're always talking about law and order and all this, and they're that thin blue line, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure he has this idea that he's the one that, like, keeps people in line and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But because he's a misogynist, like most cops, he didn't see this as doing anything wrong.
Right, sure. Like, it's okay that I posted somebody else's.
Yeah. She shouldn't have sovereignty over herself. You know what I'm saying?
Who does she think she is? Like, it doesn't even make sense on the face of it, man. And then, like, who does that anyway? Even a cop or not, like.
Yeah, you're like,
what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what would even be the like
motivation
goal? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your motivation?
On his social media, I'm sure that he's very proud that he's a cop. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
Are surely like, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe, hey, guy. Anyway, that's why you're in jail, that's why you're the dunce of the week.
Exactly.
Dun. Dunce of the week.
So we have to talk about this week because obviously this is the big thing that happened this week. One of the biggest political controversies in America, Thanksgiving. But actually, it is a controversial holiday.
It is, man. When you said that right now, I'm like, wait, it is a controversy. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Wow, man, it is.
And you posted something on your social media, right, about it?
I did. Man, I forgot. I didn't know. Okay, so what did I say on it? I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was to the gist of, when we're celebrating this, you know, because I know that I'm more aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of the history of my surroundings, and I try to be very aware of what I put off on people around me, you know?
Right.
So, I'm flipping through social media, and I'm hyped about the food too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like, man,
it's
this
a
is
day
dope.
of food.
And then I'm looking at everybody's picture posting of their kids, and you know what I'm saying, they're doing their thing and stuff. And I'm just like, I wonder, like, what Native Americans are saying inside their families right now. Like, do they celebrate? I don't even know. I have no clue. And you know, I do know Native Americans, and I did think to ask as the holiday came up, but I also, like, I don't want to ask. You know, I don't want to make them talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's obvious that it's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway.
So, yeah.
I get to think.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
Continue. I get to thinking about where does everybody else stand? Because, you know, again, I said earlier that my social media is pretty much an echo chamber, and we all agree that, you know, we understand what Thanksgiving is in real life. And but we're all still celebrating with our family, and I'm like, what are we celebrating?
Yeah,
and
totally.
Do you guys think about this stuff too? Do you feel shame that does it feel like, we shouldn't be doing this right now? But it's kind of like the days off, it's the way of our culture, you know what I'm saying? It's like the only time that most families get together, even if they're in the same city sometimes, you know what I'm saying? They, like, you don't get with your family until the holiday, so, you know, it's turned
my mom a pie.
You did you? That's good, man. I'm glad that you did that.
It's really more from my stepdad.
Well, all right,
he likes pumpkin pies.
Does he? Okay, and you made it from scratch too.
Yeah,
John made a pie from scratch this weekend, y'all.
Cooked the pumpkins,
opened it,
them.
took the stem off of the pumpkin, cracked it open, and did the whole thing. And I didn't bring none. Yeah, I got a word for that, but it's off air though. We'll wait till we get on the feed. But anyway, so I'm asking, like, you know, and I'm not saying that you should. I don't know if that's what I don't know if it's a shame that I'm feeling, or if it's just like I got to figure out another way to teach my kids something. It's something there that I'm not touching on. So anyway, I got a bunch of responses on that. Not a bunch, you know, but some very poignant ones, and ones that were like, you're right. Like, you know, there's some things that we can control, and there's things that we can't. And that's just the way that you got to look at it. Anyway, so. Yeah, I'm wondering, especially for the people watching on our Facebook Live feed on Just Cause, what did you guys do, and how did you feel about it? And then, not only that, but like, why though? You know what I'm saying? And is it something that the entire nation needs to do, or is it even that? I don't think it does need to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this has been something that I've thought about for, you know, a few years now, at least since I lived in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Where the myth kind of starts.
Right.
And I've always been torn about this.
Rock, man, it on us.
We'll talk about that. Plymouth Rock and the whole myth. But I've been torn about this. Like, do we celebrate Thanksgiving or should we not celebrate Thanksgiving? Because, you know, in Massachusetts, every year, the Wampanoag tribes, all the different tribes within the Wampanoag nation, I guess.
Yeah.
They have a day of mourning on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
You know, they gather down by Plymouth Rock. And I don't know, has anybody ever seen Plymouth Rock? When I was a kid and I heard all the stories about the Pilgrims and Plymouth Rock, and they landed on Plymouth Rock, I was imagining this, like, something that you would land on.
Yeah.
Like a boat, like, maybe crashing up onto shore on Plymouth Rock or whatever. Me too. And they're like proud. And there was probably pictures of that, you know? Yeah. And so we go down to Plymouth. It's a boulder. Like, it's not even a boulder. It's like a small boulder. It's not even the size of this table. Oh. Maybe it's the size of this table. It's
so what was the significance?
I don't know.
Oh, there's no.
I don't understand why they made this. There's a lot of rocks on the shore in Massachusetts. Yeah. It's a rocky place. I don't know why they made this somewhat insignificant rock into the rock. But that's where they gather every Thanksgiving for their day of mourning. Okay. You know, and it's like this whole, the history of Thanksgiving is really bizarre too. Because you guys probably all learned, by the way, Shaquan, our producer, is back this week.
I know, I thought she quit. I almost slammed the door and I didn't know she was coming in.
Like, who is it? Stay out of here.
I've been working. I was off today, so I'm here.
Okay.
All right, well, welcome back.
Thank you for
coming. You guys probably all had learned in Thanksgiving, in kindergarten or first grade or somewhere around there, that like the Pilgrims sailed out looking for religious freedom or whatever, and landed on Plymouth Rock, and they were struggling that first year.
They died. We're dying by the numbers.
And
bringing the plague over and all
well, they don't mention that part.
Scabies and,
and smallpox.
Smallpox. There you go. Yeah.
But then they don't even mention I don't remember learning the name of the actual natives that helped them. It was just like Indians helped them.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I moved to Massachusetts that I learned that it was like the Wampanoag people, and I think it was a specific tribe within there, and Massasoit, the chief or whatever. And the whole story is that, you know, they helped them survive, and then during harvest they had this big feast, and the Pilgrims were like, come, share our table with us. You helped us survive this first year. But like, that's all, like, I know this is going to be really surprising to people. But that's not true. That's all BS.
Oh, no.
That's
I thought you were going to say it was just a little twist, John.
No, that's just, so the Pilgrims all came here, but like, when historians have looked at what they wrote, you know, like the archives of this, they didn't even mention any natives in their toasts during their meal. They weren't invited to the meal. And in fact, the Wampanoags only helped them because they were completely decimated by disease that the Westerners brought to them, what Europeans brought to them. And so this whole thing was just like not really what happened. But after the Civil War, Lincoln was like, the country is torn apart. We need to have a holiday that brings us together. So he invented Thanksgiving. Yeah. And unsurprisingly, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants of New England decided, like, we need to make sure that white Anglo-Saxon Protestants remain at the top of the hierarchy.
The victor writes the victor writes the history or something.
Exactly. Because there were like, you know, there in the 1800s, all these like immigrants, Catholics were coming into the country. Right. And so they took this opportunity to say, we should write this history about the glorious history of the Pilgrims, which, you know, are the people who started the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant history here, basically to denigrate all of the immigrants and everybody that came to the United States, and also to like make up this story about how they were so nice to the natives when they got here. Right. But everything about it is complete and total
made up, fakeness.
Made up.
Yeah. So now fast forward. 2020, Thanksgiving, and we're all thankful for something. Yeah. Now, listen, truth, seriously, I really am thankful for a lot, and it's like a good time to like, maybe, I don't know if that's a good time, but you know, just collectively reminding each other of, hey guys, you know, things aren't really that bad. It could be worse, but they're good right now because
and like
of
valuing this. One another.
Exactly, and relationship and all, and communication, and all of these things are good things, right? So it's hard to be the one that's, you know, hold on, wait a minute,
like
guys.
The Debbie Downer character from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But in a way, it's like, it's fake, bro. Like, I don't want to do fake stuff with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. And, you shouldn't be made to. You shouldn't. Like there needs to be another another understanding of what this is, because there's a lot of people that probably be like, yeah, you know what, I'm down. Let's eat pizza. You know what I'm saying? Or
I mean,
whatever.
I would be down with eating pizza.
Yeah, or something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, or like, and again, like, it doesn't got to be the entire country needs to shun Thanksgiving all at the same time for it to count.
Right. Well, I think this is a good question though, because the values of Thanksgiving, of like giving thanks to one another, right? And like, so like even the myth of Thanksgiving that wasn't true, but the idea of like, we have so much food and we couldn't have done this without the help of other people. Right. Let's invite people who aren't members of our family or our community to the table and share our bountiful harvest.
Right. Make the table longer.
Yeah, make the table longer. That's actually that's something that you don't usually get in American culture. Nah. Like to celebrate with people that aren't members of your community, right? And like you said, to extend the table.
Is that your interpretation of Thanksgiving?
Well, I mean, if you look
at the most, like, America is the most segregated it ever was on Thanksgiving Day.
That's true. And that's the reality of Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
But the myth, the story of Thanksgiving is to say, like, share your bountiful harvest with friends and family, right?
Right.
And yet, on the other hand, it's like we all just sit together with our families.
With our family, yeah. And then, you know, the thing is, like, then back to the capitalist plot, right? These capitalist holidays.
Bum, bum, bum.
You're spending more money than you can afford. Then you're wasting the food, too, because there's leftovers for days, and you can't eat all that damn corn, and you know what I'm saying? the stuff got cream in it, so it only lasts 2 days.
Right.
So, like, you're wasting all of that money. For what?
You're also building up the idea that you have to have that too.
Then
for all the people that can't access that,
right?
They feel bad.
Like
that
it's
they
like,
can't have access
I don't feel good that I'm not there with you. Like I feel something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Or I
like
can't afford a 25-pound turkey.
Right, and it's a depression, and you know what I'm saying. So, and it's a real. Trust me, bro. It's a real thing that people's like. I need to be able to do something for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no,
by
for
any
sure.
means. You know what I'm saying? Like people feel that way. So anyway. We don't have to though, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all fake. It's all fake. It's all built in, and it creates depression. These holiday seasons, when I was in the military, man, I'm telling you, it is not fake how people get depressed around this time, man, and like will literally commit suicide based around feelings that these capitalist holidays create. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying, hey, bump Christmas, bump Thanksgiving, bump all of these things. Like I am saying that, but I'm not saying that you have to, and if you don't, then you're not valid or whatnot. But just recognize the stress and the whatever is putting on you and your family and the people around you. You know the things that you're putting off on people, especially to the Native American community.
Because it's a day of mourning for them.
Yeah, it's just a day of mourning, and it should be for all of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like. Literally, we're walking on top of their graves and building developments on top of their sacred site, like putting a pipeline through their sacred site. Like, we're literally just like, forget y'all, you know what I'm saying? And, yo, man, I don't know. Anyway, I just think that starting the conversation about it and understand, you know, just like socialism with Bernie Sanders, like, it was a cuss word
until he
15, 20 years ago. Now it's like, I'm a socialist on the radio, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
So I just feel like all we got to do is just really, for real, just talk about what this really is, and like, then we can start to treat these people with respect that they deserve, because I think it's really just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and I would, like I said, I've been struggling with this, and I think that, you know, there's all these things lately where it's like, we need to do a land acknowledgement, and I'm not like opposed to doing land acknowledgements. Like, this is the land that like we're on that was stolen from Native people. Yeah. But also, I was talking to a Native person. I don't know if she wants to be named, but she's like, "Come on now, land acknowledgements. That's not affecting our material reality,
right. Yeah,
you know."
Yeah,
and I feel like it's just one of those things where we pat ourselves on the back. And I would like even now Thanksgiving being like, it's good to like know this, but what do we do with that?
Right.
Like, I would like to actually be able to move past the notion of like, we all know this and it's all bad, but like, how do we actually change this for the better? But also, I don't think that we should get rid of the idea of like, I like the idea of having a holiday around a bountiful harvest and sharing with people. I think like, if I were to like start my own country, I would definitely have that holiday.
Yeah.
Like a bountiful harvest holiday where we share with it.
I like eating.
Everybody, exactly. Eating together, like, I think both me and you are like all about eating together, right? In fact, Sean's always cooking up delicious food in the kitchen. We just will go back in the kitchen and start cooking. I'm like, what's going on back there?
Whipping up some ice cream.
Exactly. So like this, the values ingrained in that holiday are good.
I agree.
But also the fact that we're like building on top of this myth, bad.
Right.
But then also the fact that like we need to do something. If we actually acknowledge that this is something bad, what can we start doing to fix this? Like in reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's kind of like after the Black Lives Matter protests, when all those corporations were like, we support Black Lives Matter.
Cricket.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Support how? You know?
That's it. That's all. That's
or
all
like
I can say.
when the COVID stuff started, and they're like, it's more important now than ever to support one another.
Yeah.
That's why you can still go shopping for our products.
Right.
You know,
because you got to have a gift for everybody. Because if not, then you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you get a gift for everyone, because they're going to feel away. Or, you know, you got to tell somebody that you broke, and nobody want to tell somebody that broke. Anyway,
I know, I'm stressing. I've been stressing about what I'm going to get for you and Shaquan this year, actually.
Nah, don't stress about that, man. Listen, you know, I like E&J.
It's like
yes,
$20. That was already. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get him some E&J.
Yeah, that's it. That's the best gift you can give me, man. Some E&J.
I'm cheap. I'll go with a lemon donut.
I already got you a lemon donut.
Yeah. So Amy's
like, I don't want to do
there. But you know, yeah, man. So I for real, seriously, man. I think that that is it. You know, just trying to figure out what you're going to do. And again, like, I'm doing this and, you know, virtue sending and stuff, like, who cares about all that?
Totally,
you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, just teach your people and create something with your people, like, and that's it. It don't got to go no further than that.
Right.
We don't got to do anything there, because listen, you know, I can't remember what I was doing. Man, I was on the freeway for something, and I was like, dang, the road is empty, man. And I said, oh, that's right, it's Thanksgiving or whatnot. Right. And, you know, people just chose to not be out driving around. They was at the crib, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you gotta do that every day or whatever, but we literally, the Super Bowl, the same way. We're at the crib at a certain time. The streets is naked.
I mean, that's actually when I go out and do things, because I don't watch the Super Bowl, so I'm like, I'm going out.
Yeah, I'm going to not stand in line. Right. Yeah. So anyway, you know, we do have things built in our psyche, exactly, and the way that we do things that can adjust this stuff and adjust it to something that we care about as a people. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I think just creating the alternative to spend $400 on a dinner spread for the whole family. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess anyway, in the big scheme of things, who knows what's right and wrong for your people and for who you are? But I know that it's not good for our society to ignore what happened and just like, I'm thankful for all of this stuff on the day that, or you know, whatever it is. I don't know if it was the anniversary. Why? So this Thanksgiving Day is supposedly the actual day that they landed on.
No, it's the day they had their harvest, but it's tied to that for some reason in the
right. So it's like, wait, what even happened this day? Like, why are we talking? Like, you ain't.
Lincoln just made up this day.
Right. So but then we just couldn't totally, because I just went back to thinking, what are we even thankful about? Like, why are we saying this stuff? Because that's not what the holiday's for. Dude, they were thankful that they grew some stuff.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody growing nothing. Everybody's going to Walmart, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Harvesting things.
Harvesting from Walmart. Like, just completely twisted it and made it something that it is not. And it's making money off of it.
You're buying things, exactly.
Right.
Although, one year, a few years ago, I did actually have some Brussels sprouts that I had grown for Thanksgiving.
I know that.
One time.
I know that felt good. I like Brussels sprouts.
I do too.
You put mayonnaise on them?
No.
I put mayonnaise on them.
No butter. I should try that.
Yeah, it's really good, man. I be putting it. My mom taught me that. Anyway, she used to put all kind of, just eat it. I don't care. Put some on.
Simple though is good. I like simple.
Yeah. I think now my taste buds is different. I can smash a Brussels sprout with some salt.
Yeah, people always. I don't know why Brussels sprouts got.
Oh, the roasted ones when they're roasted
Brussels sprout.
Yeah.
Just a little butter or olive oil or something on it. A little salt.
I can smash those, man. All right, man. Hey, we're gonna take it to a break, man. We've been talking 30 minutes straight. Huh? We need to pay some bills right quick. I hope I got the mic on right. Let's see what it is. We got guillotine.
Yeah, so we're continuing on this discussion about, well, we were talking about, like, you can't automatically know what somebody's thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can think that you might understand it. But I remember when we went to that Cheyenne Mountain protest, and people were like, well, I don't like the people that were pro keeping the Indians as the mascot. They're like, I don't understand. We like it, you know? Like, we're trying to respect it. Yeah. And natives were like, but you're not.
Right.
Like, that's, I can hear us.
Oh, sorry.
It was just throwing me off a little bit. I'm like, wait, what am I talking
about? Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
It was on. But yes,
but it's like, just listen to them, because they're the ones that are like, having this experience. Like, this isn't really affecting like your your people, your community or whatever. I guess maybe I don't know, maybe the Cheyenne Mountain folks thought it was like really important to them that they have that as their mascot.
Yeah.
Which is hard for me to understand. Because there were people there that were like, well, how would you like it if somebody changed your high school mascot? And I'm like, I wouldn't care.
Give a damn.
Like,
I mean,
that's not
I
really
guess,
something
I guess I would care. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know. For me, because, like, it is different. Because I get that point of view because I got a connection to my school. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what was the
Harrison High School.
What's their mascot?
The Panthers.
The Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Mighty Panthers. But anyway, they, you know, yeah, I would be upset. If they were like, yeah, we're finna change that to the Cougars or something. Nah, no, you're not. No.
Really?
No, yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Because you have that connection with it or whatever?
Yeah.
Well,
but though, they're not the Indians, fam. Like, I definitely wouldn't have a problem with it if it was named after a cult of race of people. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's not what mascots are.
Exactly, man.
It's not
it just
groups
don't even
of
make
people.
sense.
My son went to a school, their mascot in Scranton was, for some weird reason, the Rebels.
Yeah.
Which, like, you know, there was a lot of Confederate flags in Pennsylvania, which was really bizarre because they were never part of the Confederacy. But they're like, yeah, let's not call it the Rebels because that kind of has these kind of like Southern Confederacy connotations. So they changed it, I think, to the Panthers, actually.
Oh, that's dope. See?
Yeah.
Hey, that's the fallback. The Panthers, the Bulldogs, you know what I'm saying? Animals.
The animals, or like
features of animals is what you want.
Climactic events or whatever.
Oh,
like
yeah.
The avalanche.
Weather
or the
patterns.
tornadoes.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a tornadoes?
Yeah. I think there are tornadoes. But you know, you got me thinking about this. When I was driving, actually, I was going through, I think it was part of Texas. I can't remember. Anyway, there was a high school, and it was big. I mean, you know, they got these big old high school stadiums, you know what I'm saying?
Big in Texas.
And they were the Redskins, but their colors was blue and white. I was like, oh, so you're just like, I'm going to be this because I want to. It don't even, you know, it was just really just don't got nothing to do with my colors or nothing. Like, I'm just going to, yeah, like, I'm going to be red and white Redskins, or the blue and white Redskins. I was like, oh, man, dude, I can't believe
that was probably some weird compromise that the school came up with. Like, how about if we just change our colors instead of changing our name?
Right. And I imagine that, you know, in towns like that, like, you know, I'm attached to the Harrison Panthers. Like, could you imagine, like, that was their only little bit of fame that they ever had, and like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true. Yeah, that's true.
I
played for the Panthers or whatever, you know, or the Redskins or whatever.
Right.
And I think that's maybe something that
I don't know.
I get kicked out of like my high school, so I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing to consider, but who cares? Like, so what? Like, but that's just their perspective, and not that they're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous, man. And it's like this supremacy, man.
Yeah,
yep,
it is.
That's really
exactly.
what it is,
like
man.
Making a mascot out of something, like, it's a very bizarre
thing.
If you think that it's, I mean, that automatically assumes that, like, it's, I don't know, like a caricature, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then, you know, it's kind of like putting yourself above people around you, too. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying, just with your, like, who you're trying to be and whatever. It's kind of weird, man. It's a weird flex, man.
Yeah, it is.
But, speaking of that thing, you know, we got this GOCOS app. Do you know what that is?
I've just recently learned what the GOCOS.
Yeah, shout out to Jules. Listen, man, Jules knows everything, bro. Like, about anything about Colorado Springs, Jules knows that, man. I'm telling you, she's been a part of a whole lot of the stuff. So anyway, this GoPro, I was gonna call it the GoPro. What is it? GOCOS app.
Can you report racist mascots through the GOCOS app?
I'm positive you can. You just gotta follow the correct channels.
You just have to find the right thing.
Follow the right channels. But yeah, man. So what it is you got something wrong in your and look, it's an app that goes on your phone. It's downloadable, and everybody that's listening to this, please.
It's also a link, actually. I'll just post it right here in our Facebook.
Yeah, there's a link inside the thing, and then you could find it on your app store or whatnot. But you should put it on your phone because what you could do is, if you got potholes in your neighborhood or at your major cross street or something, you could take a picture of it and put it inside this app that the city created with our budget dollars. Could you imagine? Look, let's see how that works. It's so great. It's a great example of how the great stuff we could do with tax dollars. So you take a picture of it, post it, and now there's a trait. You made a file. What's it called? You put in a ticket, a work ticket for the city to fix something, and now you can then take your civic responsibility even further and making sure that they do it. You know what I'm saying? And like, as you drive by there, like, just see how long it takes for them to fix it. And then you could go back and review it and put a review in there.
Oh, really?
And you could put a poignant statement as to...
Like a Yelp review?
Right, like a review that tells you, hey, I didn't like that it took y'all 4 weeks and it's still not done yet. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And then, you know, this is where community activism starts. When they start seeing that the city will ignore you easily. Especially when it's stuff that they got to fix.
It's almost like they ignore certain people or certain parts of town.
Right, certain parts of town. So they got a traceable thing where they gave it to us, where they're like, listen, we're going to treat this with equity and fix everything in the city, and we need to take advantage of it, man. So it's the app called Go Colorado Springs. It's the app is GOCOS, GOCOS. And also what it can do that I don't like, that you pointed out that you don't like, is that you could be a snitch on there too.
Yeah, don't be a...
Listen, man, don't be a little snitch, man, with your little Go Colorado Springs app, you little simp. It's not made to tell on your neighbors, man.
I mean, it was made for that in some.
Well, I'm sure that's what they know is going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because that's one of the things you could do is like report your neighbors for weeds. And like, you know what? If you don't like your neighbors' weeds,
go help them cut them.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes cut my neighbors' weeds down halfway, but just talk to them.
Right.
Just if you don't like what your neighbor's doing, just go talk to them.
Just say something to them, man. You don't got to do all kind of extra stuff and get police coming to them, man. That's why I call those people are cop callers.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Simps. Yeah, we call them simps. So anyway, that's not what it's for, man. It's there to hold the city accountable in your neighborhood and make them do things that they need to get done in your neighborhood.
Hold the city accountable.
Yeah, what I say?
No, I'm just reinforcing your point. Yeah, exactly.
To hold them accountable. So listen, you know, there's things, if you ride up north, right? Anywhere past, let's say
Fillmore, because that was our Constitution.
Well,
let's say Constitution.
Yeah.
That was our cutoff.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully they're going further than Constitution these days, man. But I was telling John that, you know, when I was growing up on the South Side, we didn't really go past Constitution, man. Like that was like far, bro. Like Carefree. That was up north. City. That was it. That was the cutoff right there. Yeah, because we've been there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was how I was. And a lot of us was like that. We didn't leave the hood, man. But though, anyway, you go up there and the neighborhoods are laid, bro. The side little grass that's by the sidewalk is nice and getting cut. They got the little man out there every week out there cutting.
They hire people to do it too.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. They got figured out. Oh, we need to do these things, and it's not that. The money is there to make this thing happen as long as the people make it happen. You know. So if you're listing inside of Pikes Peak Park, inside of K-Land, inside of Deerfield, the Valley, Strathmore, all the west side, you know, just take your phone out there on the sidewalk before it starts snowing and just click a couple of your sidewalk cracks and see what they do.
Well, I think people individuals are responsible for
to fix the sidewalk.
Well, they're responsible for the snow.
Yeah. I heard all that too, but I don't. That's another thing I don't like.
And that space in between the sidewalk and the road, you have to be responsible for it too.
I've heard about that. Yeah. So, well, I mean, but though it's where in the zoning is different in places too, because I think like down off of like North Nevada, and old whatever it is, the old North End, like they're not taking care of that part of the yard there. The city is doing that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Like I see them doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, anywhere parts of the city they do take care of it. I understand.
Or they have special taxing districts, and so then the taxing district hires people to take care of them. And
right.
stuff.
So again, where it goes to the question, then that's where our schools, you know, we get to look at Monterey with the weeds growing at the school, and all the rest of the kids are playing in grass and stuff. You know, that's where the stuff turns into. So anyway. It all starts with the GoCOS app. I see it, man. I see it. It's happening.
And I like your point of like, let's hold the city accountable for the things that they're not doing.
Yeah.
Because people are always like saying that neighborhoods aren't nice because people don't take care of their neighborhoods. A lot of times there's renters in neighborhoods, and it's their landlords that aren't taking care of things. Like I've been there plenty. Like I have a landlord that doesn't want to take care of anything.
Exactly.
We should make an app for like
landlords.
Landlords.
Right. Well, I mean, that, you know, I think that how does that work, man? So if you're renting a place and code enforcement comes because of the trees hanging over the fence or something, does the tenant have to do that, or is that's on the owner,
question.
right? I mean, for me, it feels like that's on the owner. But I bet you,
right. But they probably say it's the tenant's responsibility.
That it's the tenant's responsibility, yeah. And they write them a ticket in the tenant's name.
They have to pay that.
It depends on what the lease says.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
We'll take care of this.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't hear Shaquan, she said that it depends on the lease. You know, make sure when you get your lease that if you're renting a house, that your landlord is responsible for the upkeep of everything around it, and that you're not responsible for these things. And then I lost my point when we were talking about going up north and seeing how different it is, and it's all well taken care of, and then our stuff is just crap. You know, right now I see Monterey and Shasta in my mind. It is ridiculous how at that 7-Eleven keeps their parking lot, and they're allowed to, just allowed to let it look like complete garbage. You know what I'm saying? And for what? Because it's in the hood, right? You know what I'm saying?
7-Eleven doesn't have the money to pay for it.
Nah, yeah, they definitely got it. So I feel like if you live on Monterey Road, you live anywhere in Pikes Peak Park, I challenge you to get on the GOCOS app and go and complain about that parking lot in specific, and then all the rest of them too. You know, that we got a link up here on the Facebook that Just Cause is streaming live to, and we got a Just Cause page on Facebook where you can let us know, man, and I'll track it a little bit with you and try to, get people to go out there and take photos of it, man. But I think that we should use this thing to our advantage and get our neighborhood squared away.
Man, I should use this because I called it's probably been a year now, to be perfectly honest, so the city is responsible for the trees in that space between the sidewalk and the road.
Yeah.
But not the ground, only the trees.
Okay.
So I called because we have a bunch of
So the leaves that fall off of the tree, you got.
Well, once they hit, I don't know who's responsible for them in the air between the tree and the ground.
That's got to be the SCC.
Yeah, exactly.
The SCC got that.
But they're responsible for the trees, and I called. I'm like, we have a bunch of dead branches hanging over, and I don't have the tools to these are huge trees to prune these gigantic trees. Yeah. And so the city's they called me back, and I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you're on a long list, and we're gonna come fix your tree. And so they came, and maybe a month or two later, they were out there cutting my neighbor's tree, and I was like, oh, are you guys here to cut my tree too? And they're all, no, not on the list. I don't know where. And I was like, really? Come on, you guys have your equipment right here.
Can you cut?
Can you just turn your little cherry picker over and cut those branches? But they couldn't do it, because I wasn't. And the guy called. He's like, it might be a while. Apparently, it's longer than a year to have your trees trimmed by the city. But now I want to try the app and you leave a review. The city's still not doing it. And I don't want to get all over the arborists, because I know an arborist and seems like a perfectly nice person.
Right.
And they're just subcontracted by the city. The city hires that Splend company or whatever to do it.
What's the Splend?
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's
I know
really
what you're
weird. The orange trucks.
The orange ones. I know what you're talking about. I was trying to flip through here while you were talking. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. But did you know you could cut down your own Christmas tree?
I did see that you sent me an article about that at 2:30 this morning.
I sent it to you.
This is what Sean was doing at 2:30 this morning. Where can I get a Christmas tree?
What I was doing was trying to make sure I had something to talk about here on this here radio, man. But listen, the Pikes Peak Ranger District let you come and cut trees down, your Christmas tree down. You cut down one or whatnot. And then they replant, you know what I'm saying? So they got this, you cut them and then replant them type of deal around different parts of the city. So
do you get a real tree? Do you do a real tree?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't either. I just do a fake tree.
Yeah, if it wasn't for these kids, bro.
You wouldn't even do it?
I wouldn't even have no
that's
tree,
right. I remember last Christmas, you were like, these Christmas lights.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I think I need to do that this week, too.
I think I'm going to put some Christmas lights up.
Yeah, because it's going to get cold. It's not going to warm back up until the middle of December, they said. Speaking of the middle of December, we got the free market. What is it? The free store that we got.
Yeah, the free store and holiday market.
We'll talk about it later on. But yes, the Chinook Center has that going on in the middle of December, where it's going to be the Farmer's Almanac says that it's going to be sunny and mild.
All winter?
No, just for those little block of time that we scheduled for the event right there.
Okay, the farmers
so
on
I don't
the
know
neck.
what's sunny or mild. I think it's like 45, 50, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't know what constitutes mild in the winter.
In Colorado, man. But yeah, man. So they're
where
cutting
do
the trees down, man. You go to the Pikes Peak Ranger District. It's a thing on a link online, or a website that you go to online. Yeah, and you can cut your tree. They said it's in the northeast part of the city this year. I can't find the neighborhood while I'm flipping.
Well, you just cut them down in the city?
No, it's like Manitou. I mean, Black Forest area up in that area.
Okay. You go up into
west though, something across the freeway over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like up in the Pike National Forest.
Pike National Forest.
Okay.
That's what they say. Yeah. So anyway,
so you can just drive up there.
Well, you got to get on. You got to
get your
get the
permit
little permit. Pay. I think you pay for it online, and then you go up there with your little QR code, and you get you a tree, son.
And all the trees have the QR code, so you're like, "This is my tree."
No, I'm sure they got some. I'm sure they got some poor schlubs sitting up there in the cold, like, "Oh yeah."
I wonder if they do. Actually, that's a good question.
C.
No, there's probably just a ranger that drives around.
A safety brief for your saw and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't cut down trees. Although I have always wanted to kind of go up into the mountains and cut down
It's hard work, son.
Have you done it?
Yeah. It's hard work, man. We had to do it. We had to clear operating area out for the.
Oh, this wasn't for Christmas. This was.
It's for the Army, bro. They went out there and
cut trees. Well, I still just cut trees for fun as a kid.
Oh, did you?
I had one of the, and it's hard to cut a tree with those saws or whatever. But it's still kind of.
Yeah. Nowadays, I'm more like, man, just cut it when it dies, man. Leave that tree right where it's at, and then you can still plant trees too. But anyway, people still got this stuff about the live tree. There's people that shun me for growing grass in the summer, man. And I think they're right, dude.
I know. I can never decide because it's not responsible in Colorado Springs. It really isn't. But I like having a little bit of lawn. Is okay.
I need some, boy. I'm trying to figure it out what I'm going to do next year.
I'm trying to figure out a good blend that's like resistant to drought, doesn't require a lot of water, but it's like you can also still like the kid can go out and like
play in the grass, man.
I
know, man. Anyway, I will get to that one of these days, man.
Because we could just go to the park that's literally 3 houses from our house.
Or you could go let them play in the parking garage downtown for $2.
Does it cost to play?
I don't do what it costs to park.
Oh, okay.
$2, man. They say they.
So we could, in theory, pay $2, get a parking space, put a sandbox in there or some turf, and just play in there.
Play in there. I mean, for $2, you can't beat it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's cheaper than watering your grass.
That's true, actually.
Nah, man, but that was in the news, man. They're putting a flat rate on the parking garages downtown.
That's okay. You know what? I don't mind that. Like, to be perfect, I hate when I pull up to a parking garage and it's got all of these different rates for different times.
Right.
And it's like different weather patterns. You know, you're like, I don't know how much I'm going to end up
only on
paying.
the quarter moon, man. It's on the full moon, this is the price.
Yeah, exactly.
After 4 p.m. on weekends, though, but during the weekdays, different. Yeah, man. So they took all of that stuff out because it was confusing. And they kind of admitted, like, okay, that was kind of whack, man. So.
Which is bizarre because I mean most cities that you go to they have these weird parking rate
figure it out,
systems.
but don't move your car until you pay. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And if you overpay, we ain't got no change, by the way.
Exactly. Somehow they never have change.
Yeah, man. But so anyway, it's kind of a dope thing. You're not used to seeing Colorado Springs do things in the benefit of the people.
Yeah, usually they're just trying to nickel and dime. When they raised the parking rates last year. It was outrageous. I mean, the parking rates downtown, downtown's not that good.
Right, to go be paying,
To be paying until 10 o'clock at night. Right. I got a ticket the other night at like 9:30 at night on our anniversary.
That's
not our anniversary, I'm sorry. We were celebrating. What were we celebrating? Oh, my area paper thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you?
I got a ticket that. It was like 9:30 at night. Like, I'm sorry.
It don't make any sense, man.
You shouldn't have to pay that late.
No, you shouldn't. For what? Anyway, especially during COVID. Come on, man.
Exactly.
It just don't make any sense for this.
But
why are you paying for parking, man? I don't understand. But anyway, got it. Park in the garage until it's full.
That's
$2. You know what I'm saying?
Then you don't get snow on your car.
You don't get snow on it. Yeah, and then because for me,
and
I just go and park
Sean
over there.
I don't work for the parking garage people.
No, I don't. But I just, I like being able to I hate parking down there, man. I hate having to go down there and park. So I always just go to the what's the tire shop over there.
Oh yeah.
I go over there and park back off in the cut over there somewhere. Like man, y'all leave me alone, man. It's a free parking lot right here. So anyway, I be trying to find where to park at for free.
I used to pride myself on how I could find the like leftover free parking downtown, but it's like I'd be like,
they got
this alley you can find a spot. There's one spot in this alley in this special spot, but
they got it sold up, bro. They got
you can't get on the roofs down there as easily anymore either. They got cages and all this stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Barbed wire and everything. Like,
man. Like what's Beirut down there, man?
Yeah.
But they gotta protect their asset. Whatever, man. Who cares? I really don't even care what they do downtown. I can't wait until we get like a different district, like party district and stuff, because I don't even want to be down there.
Yeah. The only thing that's nice about I shouldn't even be driving down there anyway. It's probably an 8-minute walk for me to get downtown, so there's no reason I should be looking for parking.
Right.
But
like I could have just walked over here faster than this.
The only thing that's nice about it is actually it's one of the few parts of town that's like somewhat pleasant to walk in.
Right.
But because every other part of town, you got to cross these massive roads that people think that they can fly, 55 miles an hour down, even though it's a 30-mile-an-hour road.
Right.
Like Airport, right there at Airport and Circle.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to go get something across the street the other day from the grocery store.
Nah.
And it's a cross circle.
You can't cross that street. Yeah.
And you're kind of like. There's like cars coming from every direction.
You walked across it?
To get some groceries. No. And then that's. Is it Stop and Shop? What's it called?
Save a Lot.
Save a Lot. They don't give you grocery bags.
Right.
So I'm like fumbling with my stuff, like running across South Circle.
Well, you finna die. Hey, and it's not funny, man. Somebody did just get hit yesterday, man. Up on in between Uinta and Weber, I think it is on the Academy.
Uinta.
Yep, it's a bad spot, man. And they killed him. It was 6:30 in the afternoon too. Yeah, he was just crossing the street just like that. So man. This place is dangerous for like pedestrians, bikes, and all that. It's not a good place, man, to be doing all that unless you are like in the residential part of the city. Parts of the city.
That's what's one thing that I was like, I wish Colorado Springs would just fix its urban structure because it's really unpleasant to walk in most parts of the city. Like downtown on the west side, they're okay. You can walk on the sidewalks.
But
they're cold.
Yeah, exactly. The culture there is like the street. You can't. I mean, I guess you can kind of get it down. I forgot what that road is, but Uinta maybe. Anyway, you can kind of get it down that road a little bit. But other than that, there's really you got to drive slow in that part of the city. But like I think about so for example. That's at K-Land right there, you know what I'm saying? The Circle and Airport. Like, it's not a food desert. There's a grocery store right there. You just got to get your ass across the street.
Yeah, you have to figure out how to do it.
No, there's a crosswalk all the way to hell over there, you know what I'm saying? You got to go ahead and get it figured out, Instead of just putting a pedestrian bridge, I always thought, like, there should be a pedestrian bridge over there. And then the intersection at Fountain and Union, too, is dangerous, man. Well, it's like, that little hook that goes from Memorial Park down to Union,
Union down.
Down to Fountain on Union.
Yeah.
Coming from Memorial Park on Union to
like,
Fountain, it's like this weird curve, and people are always like speed racing across there. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, man, it's just all kind of places in the city where they don't need to be hiring 10 more cops. They need to be making it easier for us to get around this joker. You know what I'm saying? And fix it up or whatever. Anyway, man, there's all kind of
people in Colorado Springs tend to think that they have the right to fly down the road.
Yeah.
Like on the East Coast, like Massachusetts, Scranton, there were very few roads that you could really just like get on and just like hit it,
Yeah.
Because they're small. They were built before like the car was dominant, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because like you can't get going fast or whatever, but there's people walking around and things like this. Like it's a much more walkable environment. I wish Colorado Springs would do that. Like narrow the roads. Have you noticed how wide some of the lanes are in some of the roads?
Right,
They're like 20 feet wide.
And then there's like this extra 5-foot piece over there that just like, leave that part right there like that.
And psychologically, like when they study this, the wider the road, the faster you think you can go on it. Or the wider the lane.
Yeah.
So like when you make lanes more narrow, people tend to slow down.
Right, I do. Look at when I'm driving through the gap, I'm like, I hit it down to whatever it is, 45 or whatever they say that the speed limit is. But
like whatever it is.
Then when you go like from Circle on I-25 in Circle, when you're coming from going north, you know what I'm saying, and you're passing Harrison High School right there, where the freeway opens up from like 2 lanes to man, it's like
enormous. Yep.
Man, as soon as that little bottom, it's like pew pew pew.
That's right.
Pew 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 pew. Like I be doing it right there with them too, because this is like it feels good to like, and you feel safe to like
space.
Pick it up.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So anyway, you're right about that. And there's spots like that in the city too, on Austin Bluffs. And,
that's I mean UCCS and Austin, the section of UCCS on Austin Bluffs.
Craziness.
People fly down that, and I'm always telling my freshmen, like when I teach the freshman orientation class, I'm like, please do not cross Austin Bluffs unless it's at the light, because it's a blind curve too. And you know, I understand, like I like going fast when I can.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like, I can take this curve really fast.
And be good.
And just like kind of a nice angle and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like there's 12,000 students right there, and a lot of them, and there's those apartments right across too, and a lot of them just like cross that road.
Man. So instead of like building them something to get there without having to stop, like Korea is different. Like the roads, the freeway don't get touched. Like you go around it, under it, over wherever you need to go, but don't touch it and don't mess nothing up. Ain't no building a bridge and stopping and slowing it up. Nah, you better get it figured out before you get here. So they'll have these big 80-foot, pieces of road that they're driving down, and they'll close the road up for a minute to get that bridge in. But anyway, little things like that is just completely like, bro, can we please just think about this for a second? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about what we're doing here, y'all. But anyway, that goes to the money talk. You know what I'm saying? And being able to spend money on all of this craziness, you know what I'm saying? Is I don't know, man. I guess we'd rather have cops crawling all over the place and. Building jails that people drive too fast on these roads that we design.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because that's how they make money. We know that.
Right. Yeah, I'm just thinking like, God, man, it's like they put you in the place where they're going to make money from it. Like that's a store for them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not like, I mean, it is a transportation route, but it's literally a store or a bank or what, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know where you take money from. Where you get that? Oh, they're stealing. They're stealing. They're literally setting up a trap to steal your money. Yeah, that's what it is. Not earning it. Yeah, man. So I think that the downtown parking conversation and just the ways that they were like, give me some more money, give me some more money. I believe that making it $2 is gonna fill that lot up with all of the workers downtown, and they're gonna be full, and then you're really gonna have to pay for.
Yeah, you know what I think? I think downtown employers should pay for employees parking.
Yeah.
Like nowhere else do you have to pay high to park.
Yeah, I want to do the employee. They don't.
I mean, maybe like the high end, like professionals or whatever.
Yeah, like the office buildings and stuff. Yeah.
But there's no way. Like if you're working at a restaurant, you're not paying for your parking. You got to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, and don't be late.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you can't find parking anywhere. Like when I worked in Boston, we had a system where they reimbursed you for your subway fare.
Yeah.
They could do that here.
Oh, dang, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because, man.
And I would encourage people to, like, take public transportation, or, they could say, like, we'll cover this much of your park. But they never do that. It's because they're not feeling the pressure to do that.
Yeah, exactly,
People need to feel the pressure
to
do that.
One of the best socialist organizations that we have in America, the United States Army, does that. When you travel somewhere, they cut. You don't got to pay nothing, man. Yeah. You go to a hotel, you got some hotel money.
Yeah,
need some food? Here goes some food money. Need some gas? Here's some gas money too, bro. Like you don't pay for anything, and that's I really did feel like a king when I drove around. When I had the ability to pick up my entire life and move it across the country.
Right.
Like people can't do that. It's really a hard thing to do, but we do it all the time. Just because, here's the money for that. Here's the money for that, and boom, 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 you get a ticket. You know what I'm saying? To be treated like a human being, man. That's what talked about them tickets, right? All right, man.
We're back.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this conversational part of the show, man. Get to the music, man. But we got some upcoming events coming up in the neighborhood and the community. One of many that I know is Be the Change 719 has like little fun things planned for every week
of December.
So they're like got a little social distancing stuff going on. And
I noticed they have an ugly sweater competition, which you all win that every time.
That's what you wear.
Yeah.
That's what you do is wear ugly sweaters. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, they got a bunch of stuff in there to be to partake in. The Chinook Center. We got the free market. What is it?
The free store and holiday market on December 12th.
There we go.
We're gonna be doing a little outdoor action.
Yeah. And so we're gonna have some vendors out there. We got some free it's like linens and stuff from
just a bunch of household
a whole
type
bunch of stuff to give out. And then we're hoping to have some vendors there. I hit up Caliber from the Union Catering. He didn't answer me yet. I know he just opened up his building, so he might not have time to come out there and do that. So all the vendors out there that's cooking, barbecue, TBR, and all them, man, hit me up so we can try to work something out for that day, the 12th of December.
So you can buy stuff for yourself, for your house, or you can buy stuff for your friends and family. Or you can get free stuff for yourself.
Right, I was like,
for your
hold on,
house.
they ain't buying nothing, fam.
Yeah, or you can get, or
it's
you
all
can
free.
buy
Or you could, the food's gonna be free. I mean, the food's it's not going to
oh
be
crap, no, the food's not. And we do have a few vendors, like I think Jay's gonna be out there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have,
and
then, there's we got a book author that's gonna be out there with their books and some other stuff, man. So yeah, if you got
and some heaters.
And we're gonna have a few heaters. But if you would like to come out there with your table and set up a little spot, it's gonna be cold. You know, like I said, they said it's gonna be sunny and mild, man. Mm-hmm. So you interpret that what you want to call it. I think that's gonna be sunny and cold. Sunny and cold.
Well, it depends on how you like.
Yeah,
Sean and I don't like the cold.
Yeah, man, I don't do it.
Some people are into it. I don't know.
Yeah, like I used to didn't be soft like that,
Me
man.
too.
But it was just like the Army. Look, bro. After I got done with that, I was like, for what?
Yeah.
Why? I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah, I used to be like, I'm gonna ride my bike. I'm just gonna go out in the cold and ride my bike.
Yeah, nah, I'm not doing it, son. I'm not doing it. So, I'll be trying to stay warm. I'm flipping through my little events right here. I see that K-Land, hold on, we got Southside Alliance.
K-Land Community Cares had a nice little event yesterday, though.
Yeah,
they had
Zumba.
All the little kids were out there doing Zumba, on their Zoom or whatever. It was just pretty funny.
It was cool, man.
Cute.
That was Natalia. She did that with her little thing there. She ran that out of the Chinook Center as well.
Well, she was at home. We just had a.
Yeah. I thought she was there. She wasn't there, huh? No. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so they had it up on the screen at the Chinook Center tracking. Yeah, exactly. So what you go?
Yeah,
we got Shaquan Smith here.
Shaquan, our producer.
Whole name.
And the what do we call the proprietor? Well, it's not proprietor. What do you call that when you made up an organization?
Founder.
The founder of the Southside Alliance.
All right. So Southside Alliance for Christmas. We recognize that a lot of people are kind of struggling this year with everything going on, so we wanted to try to lighten the load for people that have children or at-risk adults.
Okay.
So if you go to Southside Alliance's Facebook page, we have like a little form you fill out. It's really simple information, and we're wanting to at least sponsor 30 people. So
okay, just
go on there, fill out the little questionnaire, and then the gifts will be picked up or dropped off on December 20th.
Okay,
nice.
Where you taking them to? Did I miss that?
What do you mean?
Well, you're sponsoring.
Yeah, the stuff who the people that you're sponsoring.
So the people that are signing up is who's getting sponsored. So
I see.
You sign up for if you're a family that needs. We're just saying like if you need community love.
Yeah.
Because Outside Alliance, all of this is coming from other people in the community. People are sponsoring other people. So yeah, we'll be picking up at Chinook outside on the 20th, and then anybody that can't pick it up will deliver it on the 21st.
Word up. That's what's happening. So what day is that again?
The pickup?
Yeah.
Is
like all the dates that they need to know.
Okay, so you can donate to sponsor someone else and sign up until December 18th.
Okay.
December 18th is the cutoff to sign up and to donate to sponsor somebody else. And then December 20th is the pickup.
Cool.
Do you guys have what's the website that people go to?
Oh, we just have the social media.
Oh, you just have the social media, okay.
Yeah, so it's Southside Alliance on Facebook, and it's 719 SAC on Instagram. I think we have a Twitter, but I don't know how to use that. So
I think you guys are at 719 SAC on Facebook too. It looks like.
Yeah, that's our username. But you can type out Southside Alliance also.
That's what's up, man. So yeah, then
to help with that seasonal depression that.
Right, man. You know that it's real stuff, and like of course, Christmas is self-explanatory, right? You know, people's self-worth is put into their wallet for some reason, somehow. Like how much money you got determines who you are. And I forgot, we were just talking about something like, why do they even listen to them? And it was like, oh, because they got the money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. When you got the money, all of a sudden now you're the smartest person in the room. Yeah. You know, I saw
like Bill Gates.
Right.
I don't care what Bill Gates has to say.
Right. He doesn't
just
even
because
work.
He's rich doesn't mean he's smart.
Yeah. It's so crazy to me, man. It's so ridiculous that well, they had to be that smart to make all that money, and people after these last 4 years, dog, people will still say that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like Trump was definitely one of the richest people in the world for his whole life.
Maybe, I guess we don't know.
And, well, who knows? Whatever. We all been on him. You know, I was looking at. Oh man, Tyson is fighting today, man. And he didn't even know about it. But anyway, I was looking at the lead up for the fight. You know what I'm saying? And man, Trump's name was all over everything in the 80s, man.
Yeah,
everywhere in the 80s, man. So it's definite that he was rich as hell, and people listen to him because he was rich as hell. That's it. And I mean, even back then they were talking to him about being the president. You're like way back then.
I think that was the thing. What did I was just watching a movie from like the 90s, and it was like Trump was in the background. Trump Tower was in the background. Sorry, I'll try not to hit you. Jaquan.
Yeah. Oh my bad. I'm just trying to get these mic levels right. But So anyway, that's why he was the president. And then we also know that he's not smart.
No, he just covers everything in gold.
And people, yeah, exactly, like literally too, just like Saddam Hussein. Yeah, but anyway, exactly. We know that he isn't that bright of a guy, and we're still gonna go with this. You know, when they're rich, they're in charge. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at Shaq. Shaq got this thing on TV called Shaq Life, and it follows him around with all the little cool rich dude stuff that Shaq does. You know what I'm saying?
and tall guy things.
Right, like big, gigantic, man, rich dude stuff that Shaq do. And one of the things is that he was asked to help Papa John's fix their image after the owner of Papa John's or the founder of Papa John's
came out that he was a Nazi.
Revealed that he was Mel Gibson's daddy. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But so then all of a sudden, Shaq, the famous rich guy, he's the one that's gonna fix Papa John's. And he's
Papa John's. I love Papa John's.
And he's in the board meetings now, making decisions, fixing the commercials up, all this stuff. It's just like, man, bro, I really wish, man, somebody give me some money, Bo.
Yeah. We could also do that. I don't want to fix Papa John's image.
Oh, Lord, I don't know. We could fix, man.
Shaq's all in there. He's just eating Papa John's and putting on Gold Bond.
Right, yeah. And he's making his money. But it's sitting on his pockets full of money, man. But, he earned all that, man. I love Shaq. But, anyway, I just wish somebody would give me that. I think I'm going to try to play that mega billion ball thing. And boy, let me tell you. I'm gonna run for president the next day.
All you have to do is get your shirts plated in gold.
Right.
People are like, oh man,
I'm like that guy. I want to be president. I'm gonna be president. That's what's gonna happen, man. I'm going to do it. So anyway, man, yeah. So that's the upcoming event. You know, KLCC, K-Land Community Cares. They got the Black History Program coming up. You can find them on Facebook and donate to all their stuff. Snacks by Tutu. She got the pound cakes and the smoothies and stuff going down on her truck, so you can hit her up on Facebook too. She got a page. They're members of the Chinook Center as well. Black and Pink has the holiday writing activity going on, the card writing stuff. So you can hit them up on No Prisons Colorado. Yeah. No Prisons Colorado. That's the Black and Pink crew. They're sending kites to the people locked up.
You can stop down on Sunday too if you want to pick up some of those because we'll be there for People's Grocery.
Yeah, then I was just gonna say tomorrow we got People's Grocery running from 12 to 2. So if you know anybody that need some groceries, man. I know that hey, Thanksgiving is over with.
Yep.
And we need to still continue to get it cracking. So
we have only turkey sandwiches we're giving out.
Nah, man, nah. Sam ain't playing that, man. Matter of fact, Sam, she hit up the plug when it got a whole bunch of boxes, and we're gonna do some more today. And get the pantry ready to go tomorrow at 12 o'clock, man. So, yeah, man, as we go, we got about another hour on the show. We're going to play some music, and we'll probably pop back in here and there, man. But, yeah, anyway, this Just Cause, man. We appreciate y'all, and we'll be back, yeah?
All right, peace out, everybody.